Alright, I'm going to continue with my series of alcohol ink ornaments, and we're going to play with these colors today. I'm going to do a different technique. Fairly simple though, but I kind of make a mess. Howdy howdy, this is Clara Lawrence. Okay, we're working on some more on our series of alcohol ink ornaments that have been requested for me to do. I have my son in the background and he's giving me a hard time with my voiceover. Anyway, okay, so we're going to play with some blues and purples and a little bit of brass today. Maybe even a little bit of the rainbow. And just start what we do with alcohol ink on glass that helps out so much. I know I just ran those sentences together. Sorry about that. Is building up colors. Okay, so first off, we started really good here. Okay, what you're not seeing is that bit shot across my room. It went across the fingers, and onto the floor, and onto the tripod. I did a good job. Anyway, so it's alcohol ink. Just get alcohol on a paper towel, clean it up. Especially in the beginning, it's not much of a problem. I was wondering if I was going to pick up little bits of purple, so I decided to clean up the entire ball, so that way if there's little bits of purple left over, there were little bits of purple left over everywhere, and it just looked a little bit more intentional. So once it's intentional for me, I'm okay with it, but when it looks like an obvious mishap, then it's like, not so much. So that's what I'm doing here for right now. And you notice there's still a little bit of purple there on the neck of it, and that's okay. Like I said, there's a little bit of purple haze, and you know, that's all right. Anyway, so the key part with alcohol inks on a slick surface like this is building up some layers. And the alcohol ink, sure, it sticks to glass really well, but it's also super, super on the transparent side. And if you want it really light, then go light. If you want to have some buildup of colors, this time I'm like squeeze it very carefully because I really want this color, but I don't want it to shoot across my room again. Anyway, so if you really want to build up of colors, just be patient and know that you may have to go over these colors multiple times, and that's okay. So I just keep on working these colors in, and so what I'm hoping for is some colors are going to be a little bit more prominent than others. Some you might see a little hint of this color and that color, and so I keep adding drips of different colors. I know these colors will work together if they all ended up blending together. So be smart when you're doing this kind of a process. Don't go get yellow and purple because you'll get some mud. You'll get some nice brown tones. Yeah, so if that's the case, just go ahead and embrace it and grab some other browns or some reds and just, go with it. But try to work with colors that will blend and work well together. So I am literally just, like I said, I'm adding colors. I'm adding occasional drops of alcohol to get it to lighten up and flow. But you'll also notice what I keep on doing is turning this thing, because you're going to end up with these little puddles on the bottom side, and so we just wanted to keep moving around so we're not getting those puddle. We don't want the color to be only on one side of it. We just wanted to keep moving around and collecting more and more. And eventually what I end up doing is I get a cup quickly, and I guess I would talk about the hair dryer. Since I had so much ink in the hair, I had tested my hair dryer out earlier just to make sure that it was fine with the ornaments, because I haven't really used a hair dryer with the ornaments. And this is a little travel one, and it does fine. So just go very gently, keep it moving, so that way the whole thing doesn't get too hot. And I only did it for a little bit of time just to kind of dry things up a bit, because everything was like fluid. So I've got my little itty bitty bottle out, and I'm applying alcohol just in a few places to get it to lighten up, to give it that nice little art. I don't want to say artsy, but it's I can't think of another way. Make it look like it's more of a composite piece. Like I'm intentionally trying to make it look more landscapey like, or have some nice blends in there in some of the areas, so where it goes lighter and have some intentional darker places. That would be a little bit more interesting. I can't talk today. I'm sorry, the words are not working. But anyway, basically it's like I keep on fiddling with it until I get to the point where I'm really happy. Okay, so I know this cup is a hot mess. It's got some alcohol ink on the bottom of it. I know it might pick up some colors. I'm not worried about it. It'll just add to what's going on here. But what it allows me to do is use that brush and activate an intentional edge, and maybe get rid of some dark edges or loosen up some. There was that one long line of drip that was kind of bugging me that wasn't attached to anything. And sorry, I got off camera there for a little bit. I was trying to focus on what I was doing. You gotta try sometime, like videotaping yourself, really close up, and you'll find you can get out of camera really, really easy. So I've got some lighter brushed areas that I'm really happy with, some darker areas, so there's some drama. So now I can start doing some finessing and just messing around with some of the edges. And if you also have an area that you don't like at all, get a rag with a lot of alcohol on it, and you can tap it to kind of remove some of the alcohol ink. And as soon as it gets to a point where you like what's remaining, you can continue to tap the areas on the outside of it to get off any additional residue. But I don't clean up my ornaments until I'm completely done, because I know right there by my hand I'm going to get some little messy spots. So I just keep on going. I know it's going to be there, and I'm just working away from where my hand is, so that way it's not going to be too problematic for me to clean up. Alright. Again, I am twirling because I've got some liquid stuff on here. It might, oh, yep, we're about to do the brass. We're adding some brass in here. So what I definitely want to do is go in with a couple drops of alcohol right afterwards, because it disperses and it breaks up that brass, so it comes off as like little sparkly bits of gold, and it looks really, really pretty. Instead of having a blob of gold, it looks a lot more elegant to have it sprinkled. Do a couple of these guys. And remember, it's alcohol ink. If you don't like the colors, either keep adding new colors to it, it reactivates the other colors, or take it away, because it is glass and it should be fairly easy to clean off. I believe I'm working with the dryer right now to try to slow it down a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to pick up some rainbow and add a few sparkles. We're just going to slightly activate some of the colors, but it's going to add a little bit of sparkle to it, which will be pretty. Wait till you see the close-up of this. It actually turned out really, really nice. I was happy. So what I'm always looking for is I want some drama in there, I want some softness in there, and I want something that looks kind of elegant or catches your eye. So the gold is catching my eye, the contrast with the dark edges is catching my eye, but the lightness keeps it looking pleasing too. Hopefully that makes sense. It's just about aesthetics and what you think will look good with with alcohol ink. It's an abstract art, so just embrace it and go with it. Gold is always tricky. It's like, okay, what is too much? Because gold can take over, and I think in any medium it can take over. Yeah. So I think we're good, and I am going to go ahead and clean off the end here. I've got my nasty glove off, and I literally have a paper towel full of alcohol ink, and I'm using 91% alcohol. And there's a good reason why you should wear gloves, because the stuff will get all over you, like it did on my right hand. My left hand is fairly clean. Okay, so after this is done, suggest putting it away for, I don't know, maybe an hour, just to let it dry really, really good. And I got a little styrofoam thing where I've got some skewer stuck in. Then after it's dry, give it about 2 or 3 coats of this UV archival from ClaraLawrence, either the matte or semi-gloss, but do not get the gloss. The gloss will reactivate your alcohol and will make you very sad. But here's the end result. Doesn't it look pretty? I'm going to show another video in this series where I work on the inside, and you can start combining some of these techniques. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, you know what to do here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, definitely hit the bell to get notified next time I put a video up. There's going to be a series of these alcohol ink ornaments coming out, so definitely want to subscribe. Anyway, check the links in the description below for any supplies I use, as well as my Etsy store, because I just loaded up a bunch of stuff. There you go.